All right, another verb, Astoria. It means to converse, which you might think, hey, we just learned how to say and to talk and to tell. I mean, is not converse the same thing? But no, it's very different actually. The difference is Astoria hasha. Here's a good example. It means talk to him. So converse with him. Like if you were to say hambalasha, like we already learned, that means tell him something, right? But if you just want somebody to talk to somebody else, you could say Astoria hasha. Talk to him. And here we see that simple command form conjugation again. Just like with hambalon or hambalasha, Astoria hasha is the command form of Astoria hon mosha. So here's the Astoria hon. Buas Astoria hon naton si President Torres. Tomorrow we'll talk with President Torres. So Astoria hon is the future or infinitive tense of to talk with somebody. And naton is the pronoun meaning by us. Anyway, so we're going to talk with President Torres tomorrow. Historia honyo si Brother Lopez about sinat. Talk with Brother Lopez about that. You could say about in English, it's fine. They have another word, which is parte, that also means about. Gin historia ko siya kahapon. I talked with him yesterday. Or I talked with her yesterday. Oh, and by the way, kahapon is actually short for kagahapon. So you might hear some people say kagahapon, but it's easier to say kahapon. It's shorter. Sino ang gina-istorya mo? Who are you talking to? I guess that's bad English. Sorry, whom are you talking to? Sino ang gina-istorya mo? Whom are you talking to? Sino ang gina-istoryahan mo? Whom are you talking about? So, did you see the difference there? If it's gina-istoryahan, that's what we call a location-focused verb conjugation. And it, in this case, means we're talking about something, not talking to somebody. It's the thing that we're talking about. So, sino ang gina-istoryahan mo? Who are you talking about? Ano ang gina-istoryahan mo is what are you talking about? So, sino means who. Ano means what. Ano ang gina-istoryahan nyo? What are you guys talking about? So the difference I want to highlight here, ano ang gina-istoryahan mo? What are you talking about? Mo is the singular second person pronoun. So it's what are you talking about? You are only one person. But if I say nyo at the end, N-Y-O, ano ang gina-istoryahan nyo? What are you guys talking about? Nyo is short for niño, which is the plural second person pronoun. So in English, we don't have a pronoun for that. We just say you guys or you all, or I believe in New Zealand, they just say yous if they want to do that. But it's the plural form of you. Nyo. That's what they say. Istoryahan naton na sa dason. We'll talk about that next time. And nat is actually short for inat. And you could just drop the nat altogether, and it's implied, right? We'll talk about it next time, and it would look like this. Istoryahan naton sa dason. We'll talk about it next time. Istoryohon ta si President. Let's talk with President. Gusto ko maistorya si President. I want to talk with President, and it's actually the abilitative object focus conjugation here. Maistorya means to be able to talk with. So, gusto ko maistorya si President. I want to be able to talk with President, or I want to talk with President. Gusto ko istoryahon si President. This is just the regular object focus conjugation, but it means essentially the same thing. So, if you just want to use one and not worry about the difference between the two, that's fine. Gusto ko siya maistorya. Gusto ko siya istoryahon. I want to talk with him. So the reason I show you this phrase is to highlight how if we're using a pronoun here as the subject, siya, as in him or her, I want to talk with him, we have to move it up. Instead of having it at the end of the sentence, where the subject here is at the end of the sentence, because si President is not a pronoun, it gets to be later, after the verb. But if it's a pronoun, it has to come before the verb here. See, gusto ko is by me, or I. It's the possessive or object-focused first-person pronoun. Gusto ko siya is the third-person pronoun for him or her. Gusto ko siya may istorya. I want to talk with him. So siya has to come before the verb. Oh, by the way, gusto. Gusto, of course, comes from Spanish. Spain ruled over the Philippines for like 400 years. So yeah, there's a lot of Spanish influence. The language is not from Spain, though. A lot of people get that confused. They think that, oh, it's just like Spanish. No, it just has some influence from Spain. All right. Gusto ko siya may istorya. Okay. Naka-istorya ka na sa iya? Have you been able to talk with him yet? So here we have the abilitative actor focus. We're focusing on the person we're talking to. Were you able to talk to them? We're asking this person if they were able to talk to somebody, right? Naka-istorya ka na sa iya? Na-istorya mo na siya? Have you been able to talk with him yet? So there really are a lot of different ways to say things, or at least there's two ways in most cases to say essentially the same thing. Here we're saying na-istorya mo na siya also means have you been able to talk with him yet? The only difference is we're focusing on the person to be talked to, and here we're focusing on the person that will be doing the talking, or that did the talking. So you can use either one. Na-istorya mo na siya? Have you been able to talk with him yet? Ka-istorya hanay sila? They're having a talk. They're talking with each other. And you might remember the anay suffix, just like before. Ga-istorya hanay sila means they are doing something collaboratively. And the verb root, of course, is istorya, so they are talking amongst each other. They are talking with each other.